I'm absolutely delighted that the Mayor of London, Boris Johnson, has been able to join us today. He's been a huge supporter of ExCeL since he came into office and has given us his unwavering support and endorsement for ICC London. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the Mayor of London, Boris Johnson.
Thank you, Kevin. Good morning. Thank you so much, Kevin. Well, Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is a great day for London and for the London economy, because until today, I'm afraid there has been a gap in my proud list of mayoral superlatives. I continually point out that London has more museums than Paris, twice as many bookshops as New York, as I often tell Mayor Bloomberg, in addition to only a quarter of the number of murders, as well as I might say, as a bigger financial services industry than New York still, in spite of everything that has happened. More green space, more gardens than any other European city, and it rains more in Rome. But until today, I'm afraid London was set to languish at only 16th, I think Kevin told me, in the league table of major conference destinations, behind Berlin, behind Singapore, and to my great indignation, behind Paris. And I was shocked to discover not so long ago, from no less an authority than Tom King, that there was nowhere in London with a venue big enough to accommodate the annual dinner of the World Convention of Gastroenterologists. And this is I'm told this is true. And this is a colossal and growing affair, of course, because with the boom in tourism worldwide, the gradual embourgeoisement of the planet, people's desire to fly around and see new interesting places, the increasing habit of our species of eating new and interesting food around the world, there has, of course, been a commensurate growth in the number of gastroenterologists. And it was a defect of this city that we did not have a facility big enough to entertain them without food poisoning, until they had the vision to create the ExCeL. And I want to thank you very, very sincerely, Your Royal Highness, everybody at ADNEC, everybody at ExCeL, for what you're doing. And I'm very proud to be present at the opening of this extension of the only building in Britain that begins at one train station and ends at another, a building that can accommodate 4 jumbo jets at the same time, not involuntarily, I hope, a building that I believe could not be better situated to attract the business, tourist, and convention goers of all kinds. Because 100 years ago, this area that we're in, where the ExCeL has been built, was the great beating heart of the British economy, wasn't it? This was it. This was where sugar was unloaded, imported from the Caribbean, and then ruthlessly re-exported as jam from Essex, or timber came from Norway and then was cunningly re-exported as tennis rackets to wherever it happened to be at a substantial markup. And that was, of course, the success of the British economy. That's how we did it. We were the workshop of the world. And then there came along containerization, the closure of the docks as London lost out to Felixstowe and places like that, and East London went into a long historic decline, the loss of jobs, collapse of communities. And then, Tom will remember this, there came Canary Wharf and the beginning of what Kevin accurately describes as the move to the east, and City Airport, and then the O2, now the world's most successful live music venue. And we are continuing with our Olympic investments that vision of the reorientation, the literal reorientation of the city to the east, creating not just the sporting venues. By the way, the ExCeL is going to play a huge part in the Olympics as a sporting venue, let alone anything else. But 8,000 new homes at the Stratford site, the best connected railway hub in Britain at Stratford, the largest shopping complex in London at Westfield, and building on the momentum of the Olympics, Siemens, I hope you noticed, last month announced a 30 million green research centre and visitor pavilion. Did you spot that one? Good. As the beginning, the spearhead of a new green enterprise district. And our job really in City Hall, my job as mayor, is to make all this possible by putting in the transport infrastructure so that you in the private sector, with all your initiative and all your enterprise, can get on and build on that platform. And that's why we're putting in we've just completed the £1 billion new East London line. That's why we've done the 50% expansion of the DLR. That's why Crossrail is so absolutely crucial. And if anybody knows anybody in the new wonderful coalition government, this fantastic new hybrid Toyota Prius-style vehicle, running on Tory petrol and then switching from time to time to a silent electric Liberal Democrat motor. Although in this case, in the case of this particular Toyota Prius, of course, the brakes work. And one of the things that I worry about is that they'll put the brakes on too hard, and that we will see a cut in vital infrastructure investment that we need in the city. So if you know any of these guys, tell them whatever they do, don't cut Crossrail. Don't cut the vital link that we need to the ExCeL, and that will help to make this site one of the greatest in the world. And we will, I hope, be making further announcements, as I always say, in due course, about some of the other ideas that we have to improve the connectivity of East London and to make yet better sense of what's happening here. And I'm confident that I'm totally confident that Crossrail is going to happen, by the way. Don't be remotely spooked by what I've just said. It is going to happen. And I'm confident that when we've got many more of these investments, these transport infrastructure investments in place, there will be a boom here and then moving east of a kind that we haven't seen for decades. And I know that the ingenuity and dynamism of Londoners is going to do the rest. And you know, I mentioned earlier on our ability to export jam and tennis rackets and that kind of thing. We're still a great exporting city. You may not know this. There's a factory in London, a snakeskin farm, I should say, that breeds snakes to create snakeskin for London snakeskin booties that are exported around the world. We export an increasing number of bicycles to Holland. And we have a factory in the London Borough of Waltham Forest which is exporting cakes to France in ever-growing numbers. And my message to the people of France is let them eat cake, provided it's made in Walthamstow, ladies and gentlemen. But we live in an age of professional business communication. We live in an internet age, but we also live in an age where people still need and increasingly desire to have face-to-face contact, to exchange business cards, to look each other in the eye. And that is why I believe that London's most promising and most lucrative future import-export business is going to be people. We are going to be importing people, professionals of all kinds, from around the world to this historic Docklands site, people together with their partners, their wives, their husbands, their significant others, or people temporarily filling that office for the purposes of the convention. We are going to encourage them. We are going to encourage them to interact in all sorts of ways, to invest in London's shops, restaurants, and businesses. And then what we're going to do, we're going to re-export them around the world, refreshed, inspired, newly encouraged by the contacts they have made in the greatest city on earth. And that is why we need a fantastic new international convention centre. That is why I congratulate you, Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, on the extension that we're launching today with its remarkable facilities, its auditorium, its gigantic halls, the biggest halls in Europe. Of course, what other facilities we've got? Capable, I think, of accommodating 8,000 of our new double-decker hop-on, hop-off buses, I'm told. And last but not least, of course, Tom, a banqueting hall. A banqueting hall so capacious that it can swallow the entire global body of gastroenterologists at one sitting without touching the sides. Thank you very much for what you've done, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.